Hello friends, I have been postponing making YouTube videos for like years now, and here I am in quarantine and I actually have time, so we're gonna attempt this adventure together. I'm going to disclose a few things before we jump into anything. I have 4 people in my house, which is 1 floor currently, so if you hear the TV or the dog barking or conversation in the background, that's what life is at this point, so I'm not really concerned about any of that. Secondly, makeup is uniquely to yourself, and it is meant for purposes that you get to decide, and any makeup technique that I use today is purely what I think works best for me. It may work for you, may not, may something differently you like a little better, but that going to say I don't want any negativity on this channel at all. I again might do things differently than you, and that's okay, and maybe you could share a technique that works good for you down in the comments without any negative connotation. Lastly, I do work at Sephora, so I do get a lot of product for free. That being said, I do spend probably half of my paycheck per week on product at Sephora and Ulta and all those other beauty retailers. So this is not by any means me bragging or flashing what I have in any of your faces. This is just what I use. This is what works for me, and this is what I pay for and work for. So with that being said, let's get into the video. Today I'm just going to be doing like a little tutorial, chatty, get ready with me. I'm not going anywhere. It's pouring rain, 60-mile-an-hour winds here, but I have nothing else to do. So I'm just gonna, chat it up about who I am or what I do, and then the products that I'm using just for an everyday look. I'm the type of person who would wear false eyelashes every day if permitted, and I totally can. I just not today. Today's not a lash day. So let's just hop into what I'm gonna do here. So I'm a firm believer in your face is a canvas. So I always prep my canvas with skincare before I get into makeup. That way the base is smooth. We're all good out here. And my skin is always looking fresh. Right now I'm not really looking so fresh. I've had a lot of breakouts, especially due to the stressful time. Being trapped in the house is not like a fun and exciting thing. But that's okay. We are looking at it from a positive note because I get to sit here and I get to do makeup for you. Wonderful people. So I'm just going to show you the 3 items that I'm using first so that we can kind of get into the chatty part of the video. So first I prep my skin with the Dr. Jart Peptin Radiance Serum. It's just like a little dropper. You cut it out, squeeze it on, and then I'm going to tap it into my face. I'm extremely dry. A little history about my skin, especially in this season, I get very bad allergies, so I peel a lot. I get very dry. Besides the other seasonal things, like my eyes are constantly watering, they're constantly itching. So all the products that I'm using are pretty based towards me, and like especially with this season. And then I use the Shiseido White Lucent Bright Eye Cream Gel. I use this under my eyes and here where I have smile lines. Shout out to Jarina, one of my good friends. She actually taught me that if you put it here, you'll have less creasing in your makeup. So that technique has like saved my life. And then to moisturize, I use the Marc Jacobs Youthquake Hydra Full Retexturizing Gel Cream. I find that this is best to go under makeup. Like I said, I'm very dry, so I should use like something that's a little bit more thicker and cream based. But I like the gel because it allows me to put my makeup on, and my makeup can sit nicely without having to wait like 15 years for it to sit down on my skin. So while I'm getting my skincare on, I'll tell you a little bit about me. Don't mind, again, all the sounds of the world right now, and the rain and the trucks driving by, but before all of this went down, I work 5 jobs. I just got hired onto my 5th job. So first and foremost, I work for Sephora. I'm a beauty advisor there and have been for almost 3 years, which is super incredible, and I'm very thankful that during this time, currently I am still employed by them. It's a lot of hard work, and I'm very grateful to the company. I love them a lot, and working for them has been awesome. Secondly, I work for Salon Centric, which is basically like a hairdresser fulfillment center. Any product that a hairdresser needs, I sell. So that's really awesome. I'm the assistant store manager at my store, which has been a new adventure for me because I've never been in an in-charge position, which is awesome. Then I work for MBD Beauty, which is based out of New Haven on Worcester Street. It is a beauty and bridal bar. We also are a full-service salon, so you can absolutely visit there and get your needs fulfilled when we're back open again. But I do freelancing hair and makeup out of there. And then, so that's 3. I also babysit for 2 families on and off. That's another job. And then lastly, I just got the opportunity to be able to work with one of my good friends from hair school, Stephanie. She's allowing me to work out of her salon, which is really cool. So I get to do hair and makeup out of her salon once this is all over, which I'm very excited about. And if you want to make an appointment with me or anything, please follow my beauty Instagram. It is going to be S-Mains Beauty, and my phone number and email and contact information are all there. So yeah, I love to work. I love to feel like I'm doing something, and I've had a lot of awesome opportunities through all these companies to do awesome stuff. I also bring my moisturizer down on my neck because just your neck is very sensitive and it ages very quickly. So awesome. Now that I have my skin prepped and feel some hydration going on, I like to prime my skin. I'm a firm believer in primers. A lot of people aren't, and that's okay if you don't use a primer. That's you. That's your thing. So I love primers, but what I do also before I prime is I put a little bit of lip balm on, again, just because the season, I mean, it is all the time, but especially because the season is dry, I need a little hydration. So this is the Hempz Moisturizing Lip Balm. I love Hempz. I think they're a great brand. I use a lot of their stuff. I use their lip balm, their lotion. I've never tried their shampoos or anything, but I've heard really good things about it. So that's definitely something to check into. But like I said, I'm a firm believer in primers. So I have a little sample jar of this one because I was going to buy it, and then we went on a coronavirus, and I haven't ordered it in the mail yet because I'm almost done with the sample. But this is the Tarte Smoothing Pore Primer. It comes in a little jar. Because I am dry, but I also have enlarged pores in specific areas, I only put this primer where I have enlarged pores because I want my skin to remain hydrated. So in the areas where you see me kind of dabbing it on is where I get my enlarged pores. So I only concentrate this primer in that area just because it is a little bit more silicone based, and it can be a little drying. For me personally, I wouldn't say like it is a drying primer, but because I peel anyway, I just don't want to layer too many things on top, so you can see the dryness. Awesome. The next primer I use, because I do use 2, because that one is only concentrated to my pore areas. My favorite primer of all time so far is the Milk Hydro Gripping Primer. It is awesome. I definitely recommend it, honestly, to anyone, but specifically people who have drier or sensitive skin. It has cannabis sativa oil in it, so it's going to help like calm, but it also is like ultra holding. So I kind of put it over the areas I applied like on my forehead and chin, but I mostly concentrate it like where I didn't put the other one. But it's extremely tacky, so it holds your foundation in place really nicely, but it doesn't feel sticky after you put your foundation on, which is really nice. It also, like for me, I get very red. I don't know if you saw when I was rubbing in the other primer, I get extremely red. And after rubbing this in, like I'm not red at all, which is really nice. And I usually apply my foundation with a beauty blender, but to be honest, I was feeling super lazy today and I didn't want to wet my beauty blender. And it's kind of dirty. So we're just going to use a brush. But again, because I'm dry, my dry skin kind of causes a little bit of texture, and because I'm breaking out, I would have used a sponge, but we're going with the brush today. And this is the Morphe Y6 brush. And I'm going to be using the Tarte Found Sealer in the shade 13N. It's just like a dewier foundation. It is a little darker than my skin tone, but I like when I'm like slightly darker. So yeah, what have you guys been doing in quarantine to keep yourself busy? Comment down below, or comment also what you want to see me do, because we are in quarantine. I would love to do it before quarantine. I really want to get into making videos and tutorials. I have had over many years, many people ask me, and also my mom, if I could make tutorials or informational videos specifically on makeup. I am a professional makeup artist. I have been doing it for a while. I am self-taught, but I've also had a lot of mentors, especially like at Sephora and with MBD Beauty. Teach me a lot. MBD Beauty has so graciously brought me on New York Fashion Week twice, and I'm very excited for this year if the coronavirus does not affect that. So pray for that. But if you would like me to post like a specific tutorial, or if you have any questions, like please comment them down below, and I would love to film those for you. And like I said, it's gonna be a pretty chill environment here. I don't judge, I don't pass judgment, and I don't tolerate negativity. So that's all in real life, and we're gonna keep it that way on the internet. So yeah, as you can tell, it's just slightly darker than me. Probably can't tell as well on camera, but I am very pale, so I like to have a little bit of color. I do blend it down because you don't want to look like you're wearing a mask, but in the summer this shade, it matches me pretty well. Again, I don't get very tan in the summer, so it's not something to really worry about. All right, and then next I'm going to be using the Hourglass concealer, Vanish concealer in a shade Cream. I am obsessed with this concealer. It is newer. It's very like natural, but like, I don't even know. It's so hydrating and like, I love it. And I'm only putting it on the areas like I feel like I need extra coverage, or I need like a little bit of brightening. I do use my concealer one shade lighter. I'd like to use it one shade lighter so that I highlight those points of my face. Yeah, I've just been keeping myself educated. There's a lot of great free education on the internet that you can get for anything, honestly, especially during this time. So I would really push for anyone to take it, and everyone honestly, to take advantage of this time and educate yourself on things that maybe you didn't know you wanted to be educated on, or just things that you know and love and just have been sitting on your couch and need a little boost, because I know I did. Ooh, just stabbed myself in the eye. But yeah, I would really love to hear what you guys have to say, like what kind of videos you want to see. I know a lot of people who have been contacting my mom want like tips for aging skin. So let me know if you want like a video on that. I could do a tutorial on my mom. I can also do like fun looks. Again, this is just kind of like my everyday, if I feel like putting on makeup, what I do. And it has changed since quarantine started, because I've been able to watch like live videos and classes and stuff online that have shown me some new tips and tricks that I really like. And actually saying that, we're gonna go into one of the new tips I really like a lot. So I have never tried cream contour, honestly, at all. Any cream highlighter, blush contour, it scares the living heck out of me. I really have been scared to use cream product because I don't know, I'm just like afraid it's gonna like look gross, or like product on top of product layering isn't like looking nice. But I tried it and I really liked it a lot. So introducing to you, this is the Tarte Breezy Cream Bronzer in the color Seashells. I am obsessed with it. It is a little bit of a warmer color, but I've been using it as a cream contour and I've been absolutely loving it. So I just take this little buffing brush. It's from Sephora collection. It was from like a holiday. I love this. And I'm literally just gonna like swipe, swipe, swipe and pat. And then I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand so you can see it's kind of dark. And I'm gonna do that like twice. And then at this point, I'll just swipe like a whole bunch off because that's a lot of product that was built up there. Then I'll go back and just pat this in because I don't want it to look too heavy and I don't want it to look like I have a line, but I do want to be contoured and look like I have a new face. So I'm just gonna go back and take a little bit more of my concealer just because I feel like I kind of brought that a little where it shouldn't have gone. Next time I think I'll use like a little bit of a thinner brush. But I'm just gonna use the same concealer brush I was using earlier. All right. I've been taking a little beauty blender. I know it's dry and it's gross, but I'm just gonna make sure that that is blended. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna take some translucent powder. I use the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Personally, I think it is my favorite powder I've ever used. I've tried probably all the powders on the market, and quite frankly, I can't stop using this one. It just sits so well on my skin, and like it's funny because they say that this is kind of meant for oilier skin, but I am extremely dry and this works really well for me, so I'm not gonna let it go away. I have not tried the Hourglass powder, but I would absolutely love to because I heard that one's really good for dry skin. And what I'm doing now is I'm just taking like the translucent powder and only setting the parts of my face where I do happen to get oily or I don't want to be like super shiny, but I'm not setting my entire face. Next I am going in with my bronzer, my favorite bronzer of all time. It is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It's funny because, again, I work at Sephora. I get a lot of stuff for free, and I have gotten a lot of bronzers and bought a lot of bronzers, but I am a huge fan of this, and I can't stop using it. One that I would really like to try, which I heard is like similar, but I haven't tried it again, is the Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer. It's $14.99, which is honestly pretty expensive for a drugstore bronzer, in my opinion anyway, but I love it. And you do not have to contour. Let me make that clear now. And you don't have to bronze. Contouring is when you are literally sculpting your face. See how you look at me head on? There is a shadow on both sides now. More on this side because I'm sitting in the dark and the window's over here. But there is a shadow. I sculpted that out to make my face look slimmer. That's why I also put it like here and on my forehead. The bronzer is just to warm up the skin, again, because I am so pale, literally. Well, also bronzer, but because I am so pale, I want to look like I'm alive and I'm not Casper the Ghost. So I just add like a touch of that. Something that I personally need in order to complete my complexion is blush. Because I am so fair, again, I wipe out everything because I use such full coverage products most of the time, that I really need to add some color back into my face. So with all my powder products, I go like this. I tap it in, I tap it out. I'm using the NARS Orgasm blush. It is one of my favorites. And if you're ever wondering where to put your blush, what I'm doing is I'm smiling and I'm just lightly tapping and I'm putting it on the apples of my cheeks. I also put a little on my chin, my nose, and my forehead just to give me some color and life. And then I take the opposite side of the brush where I didn't put product and I just kind of tap it and blend it in. One of my I would say beauty mentors, one of my coworkers, her name is Valora. She is or was, I don't really know. The senior artist for my store, she taught me, and this has stuck with me ever since. You never want your bronzer and blush and highlighter to look like Neapolitan ice cream. And that has like really been something that I have been so like, oh my God, like I don't want to look like ice cream. And I take that like through with my clients too. Like obviously I don't want my clients to look like that either. So that's just like a really good tip also. So next I'm going to take you into something I have been absolutely loving. And sorry, I did not buy it from Sephora. I bought it from Ulta. And you might ask why, because I do get a discount at Sephora, but this particular shade was out of stock for like months, and I really wanted it, so I bought it anyway. So it's the Too Faced Turn Up the Light palette in the shade Light. So it looks like this. You open it up, it has fingerprints all over it. And it's a highlighter, like a soft focus powder, kind of like, it reminds me of like Hourglass. And then this is like a sparkly highlighter. So I mix these two together. It's called Soft Focus and Glow. Dazzle is the glitter shade. So then again, I tap it off and then I just apply it to the high points of my face. And again, everyone's face shape is different. So your face might be a little more higher or sallow or something than mine. So I just do it to my face shape. I put it on the top of my nose, on the top of my lip. I'm taking the soft focus powder now, tap it. I love to be dewy, so I'm just putting a little here, a little on my chin. And then honestly, I've been just like touching my cheekbones. My cheeks, my apples. See how like dewy I look now? We out here. All right. Then I take my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. It smells so good and the mister on it is very fine. I'm gonna take this old t-shirt that's on my floor and just wipe off my hand so I don't get it all over myself, because I have a habit of doing that. And I'm also now going to wipe off the lip balm. Right, it looks like it's going to be that kind of day today, so we're just going to have to set my whole face, I mean in this area, because my foundation is like clumping. Not clumping, but it's like moving and I could see it and it's bothering me. So some of you that have like TikTok and stuff might have seen videos. I don't think it's that dramatic. I literally use the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme every day. It's not that bad. I also mix it with the Grande Lips Hydrating Lip Plumper. So the difference between the two, if you want to know, I personally, no need to tell me anything, but personally, I want a little bit of a bigger upper lip. That's just something I feel like I want. With Grande Lips, it's actually proven that if you apply it 2 times a day, you will have volume like later. Like it is long lasting results. It's not like this one where it plumps your lips for a small amount of time and then it goes away. You will have more volume over time with the Grande Lips. And I've actually noticed it, especially up here. So I just bought a little more to try. Again, I only use the clear. Now while that is doing its thing, we're gonna go on to my eyebrows. And because I have my hair pink right now, I've been kind of just making my eyebrows like pretty dark. I personally like my eyebrows dark anyway, so I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Medium Brown. It is my all-time favorite eyebrow product. Second close to that would be this Precisely My Brow by Benefit. I just really think that this one is more emollient. I like it a little bit better. So it looks like this. It's a very small pencil tip. Oh God, I have an itch. So I start under my brow. My friend Yen told me that you always don't want to start up. You want to start under and like really create the brow. So I start under, just draw like a little line. Cool. And then for me anyway, I have bald spots, as you can tell, here in here, so I really like to like know that I'm filling them in. So I'll start honestly in the front and I'll do like hair-like upward strokes. With this brow, it's different because these hairs in the front actually grow straight up. These ones kind of grow this way, so I don't even touch this yet. I just kind of start from here, do the same technique. Boom, now my eyebrows are done. This one looks a little fuller or darker, but whatever. They're sisters, they're not twins, even though I really want them to be twins. And then I take the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel and I just rake that bad boy through. So, I got my lashes. I don't know where the case for them went, so I can't tell you what specific style they are, but they are Baddington lashes. I got them, I think, in like a BoxyCharm once upon a time. And then the lash glue that I use is just the Duo brush on. It's just super easy. I like it preferably over like the squeeze tube. It's just much easier for me to use. So they look like this. So natural. And then I just run the glue over the band. If you'd like me to do a video of how to apply lashes, I will absolutely do that. It is like, I'm not bragging, but on myself, it is fairly extremely easy for me to do. I did cut these to the length of my own eye, and then I just literally, like, you're gonna see I apply them and we're done. On clients, the way that Sephora wants me to apply lashes is a little harder for me, but I love applying lashes. I do apply individual lashes with MBD Beauty. They do look a little bit more natural on brides. So, okay, I'm gonna apply this lash now. Perfect, lashes on. Now it's time for the other one. And I was also taught not to blow on the lashes, which is like really hard because whenever anything's dirty, I'm just like, and that's how germs are spread. So I'm just gonna do this till the lash glue is less blue, because it does look a little bit blue, like a white bluish. And the reason you don't want that you want the glue to dry a little bit is because you want it to be tacky, so it sticks to you. Cool. So for me, it's easiest to tip my head up and look down. We did it. How did it look? Cool. Now the last step is to apply lip product, and I do have that plumper on, so we're just gonna remove it again with my t-shirt, because my lip product won't really sit nice on it. And one of my favorite pencils that we're gonna be using today, thank you, is the Kylie Jenner lip liner in the color Bear. Mine's broken, so ignore that. But I would love for Kylie Jenner just to put out like lip liners, not just like a lip kit, because, like, no offense, I don't use liquid lipsticks. I honestly hate them. They're very drying, especially because I said I am very dry. I just want the lip liner. Just sell the lip liner individually. So as you can see, this is just like a pretty nude lip liner. I like it a lot. And that's like pretty much it. So I'll put like this lip balm on. It's the Laneige Lip Glowy Balm in the color Peach. And then I go in with a second setting spray. It's the Urban Decay All Nighter. Shake it, shake it, shake it. We're all done. This is my natural, everyday look for me. And again, I love eyelashes, so the lashes are an everyday thing. But you can see this is like really glowy and dewy and I'm about it. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me in quarantine and all the background noise and everything that's going on. But you know, that's life. And yeah, at this point. So I hope that everyone enjoyed my little tutorial. And please comment down below if there's anything specific that you want to see from me. Till next time, guys.